From Bakersfield to the corners of Kern County, the best moments from your Golden Empire gridirons. 17 Sports Director Taylor Shaw, football analyst, Renegade head coach R. Todd Littlejohn. This is FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition. Driven by Sangera Subaru and Dignity Health, Mercy and Memorial Hospitals.
Good evening and welcome to this regular season finale of FFX. I'm Taylor Schaub. He's our Todd Littlejohn. Now, Coach, it's the day before Halloween, and I don't know about you, but I'm kind of scared that what am I going to do with myself after this season's over? We only got a couple of weeks of playoffs left.
Maybe play some golf. I don't know.
Roll straight into basketball season, but Coach, what's it time for?
It's time to give the people what they want.
Gather round. It's time for your FFX Game of the Week, powered by SCOE, your Southern California Orthopedic Institute.
Well, Coach, you were right on this one. You tried to change your pick last second, but you took the Kennedy Thunderbirds and you got it. Congratulations. Well, it was the battle for city supremacy with a league title on the line. Separated by a mere 3 miles, Chavez and Kennedy entered Friday's winner-take-all showdown at 6-2 on the season. Neither school had ever held sole possession of the South Sequoia League title. That would change for Kennedy. RFK was hosting their first game since September. Chavez hadn't played a game in 3 weeks, and that rust showed. Chavez up 3-0 in its senior night. Running back Jaquel DeLeon puts Kennedy ahead there, 7-3. Kennedy wouldn't stop. It would be Julian Orozco finding Hugo Laura.
Right there, Hugo Laura is a great job. And hey, they said feel the thunder early on, so we got a good glimpse of it right there.
Feel the thunder. I like that, Coach. All right, Kennedy now again. It's Julian Orozco. Look, Kennedy is a ground and pound team. Maybe not anymore.
Not at all. And I think they probably caught Chavez a little off guard with some of those plays right there. And man, I tell you, that really helped their offense.
It was Julian to Julian. Sanchez on the grab, hits the too small. Kennedy wins it 21-3. They take home the league title, and they outscored their 5 league opponents 112-29 in the process.
If you pull this off, this is your legacy. You'll remember this for the rest of your lives. There'll be moments in life, things will go wrong, and you'll have that one highlight. This is their highlight. I wanted to have this year's first league title in Kennedy history.
I honestly believe that we're better than what we showed tonight. But hey, you're playing a rival game. You're playing at away and on the road. You know, the environment is a big factor. So, you know, congratulations to RFK for what they did. They outright took it, and so there's nothing we can do about it except regroup and get ready for next week.
That's history for the T-Birds. From opening varsity play back in 2009 with a 30-game losing streak to the heights of 3 Valley titles, they finally have a league crown to their rafters. Exciting stuff there. Now, Coach, one of the country's oldest rivalries added its 90th chapter Friday night. 2 cities located less than 10 miles apart, Wasco and Shafter, have battled every year since 1933, but due to COVID and stadium renovations, it's been nearly 3 years since a game was held in either city. Now, Coach, this is wild at Wasco. Check out the crowd there. Both teams really want this victory.
Oh, absolutely. You know, as we said before, all the records are thrown out. It was going to be a war between these two.
We start in the second. That's Isaiah Juarez going up the gut. So Wasco is up 28-14, but Shafter would battle back. It's a screen pass to Jesus Salgado, and he is in to the end zone. That was Ezekiel Osborne with the throw. Those two have connected all season long.
And he shows some great speed there as well in the open field.
You know who else shows some great speed? Isaiah Juarez. He's in the end zone again. He's celebrating. Why? Because Wasco wins this one. It's 2 years in a row. It was in overtime. 41-35. Let's take a look at Juarez's final stat line. He was our FFX Player of the Week earlier this season. 200 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns in a rivalry game.
Excellent job by him, and that's one thing that he'll always remember in that rivalry.
Well, Coach, Thursday night in Northwest Bakersfield, Centennial had the chance to secure a D1 playoff berth. Now, how important is it for a program like Centennial to get back into the D1 playoffs?
Very, very crucial, obviously, for those seniors and those guys coming up. They did an excellent job of coming out, and wow, they knew that they had a great competition as well in Frontier.
Yeah, Adam Kopis was tremendous to start this game. A touchdown pass to Trenton Hernandez, then to Jackson McDonald. I mean, their offense just lights up the board, but Frontier would mount a bit of a comeback. Malachi Statler in the hands of Devin Cochran. Then what happens?
Well, Malachi was not going to go down easy, exactly, for sure. And look at that play right there, breaking 2 tackles, sidesteps the guy right there to get in the end zone. Great job by him.
You gotta love it there, 21-7. Okay, Statler finding Cochran again, but it would be too little, too late, even though the beautiful leap and catch. Centennial takes it 27-21. They're 8-2 on the season.
I really respect Coach Bandy. I respect their program. I knew it was going to be a tough one, man. When you're playing a rivalry game, all these kids grew up playing Pee-wee football with each other. Everybody knows everybody. We're basically neighbors, and I knew it was going to come down to the last play, and guess what? It came down to the last play, and ultimately we came out on top. That was our goal. I think it's a big win for our program. We're 8-2 in a regular season, best record since 2010. I think we're going places right now. I think we just got to keep the momentum on our sides.
Well, after clinching their 5th straight league title last Friday, Liberty was back home getting one final tune-up, and well, they were just having some fun, Coach, against your drillers.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was against my drillers. You're right.
All right, the Patriots. Like we said, getting one final tune-up. Cole O'Brien slinging it around. Right there, fakes the handoff in the hands of Krayshawn Kizzy, 28 yards in the score, Coach.
Who's made plays all year long, and it was obviously we knew that was going to happen tonight. They're just kind of fine-tuning as they usher themselves into the playoffs.
O'Brien was 3 for 4, 128 yards. Got the ball in the hands of Xander Chisholm before there. Then it was Hankins. He got in on the action. You saw it. Then Kizzy again. So many weapons on this Liberty offense.
Firing on all cylinders right now this late in the year, and it will definitely be something important moving forward.
Guess what? They're the 3 seed in Division I play. They take it 55-3. So they have a first-round bye coming up. But like Coach said, firing on all cylinders. It was senior night at Sam Tobias Field. Rams looking for their 3rd straight win. First quarter, Garces on the move. Jordan Gallegos been so good of late.
Yes, he has. He's been very steady, midway through the year, and now playing very, very well, and got a great score, touchdown right there.
21 yards and the score. How about Gallegos again using his legs?
Very smart, very good decision there. Used his blockers, got into the end zone.
All right, break down his arm talent because he's throwing a touchdown.
Look at that spiral. That's a great job right there, putting the ball outside, giving the receiver a chance to catch it and score.
Cage Williams in the end zone. It's 22-0 at that point. They win it 38-0. We're going to break down Jordan Gallegos. He's a dual threat quarterback. We've said it. He's been very good of late, entering the D1 playoffs. What kind of secret weapon can he be for those Rams?
Well, I don't think he's going to be a secret anymore with those numbers, but definitely very productive as they continue this road to the playoffs.
All right, still ahead on this regular season finale. Miss Zamir Hall's one-man show at Ridgeview? Don't worry, we'll relive the night of this senior's life. Plus, the CIF brass finally dropped those playoff brackets. Who's got a favorable first-round matchup and who's feeling a little slighted on this spooky Sunday?
You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Sangera Subaru, serving Kern County for over 50 years. You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Did you ever do this when you played football back in high school or college where you said, hey guys, let me put the team on my back tonight?
Nah, I wouldn't say I did, but I had some teammates that did, so,
This man right here, his name is Zamir Hall. That's what he said in Ridgeview's regular season finale with senior night and the Wolfpack. They were putting on an absolute show. Home team strikes first, second play of the game. It's Hall, off to the races, breaks loose. First of many on the night.
I'm sure when he made that statement, he got in the weight room, got those legs ready to roll.
Still first quarter, Wolfpack up 14-0 on the move. It's Hall again, the 10-yard touchdown. That was his 3rd of the game, 20-0 Ridgeview. Highland finally gets in on the action. JoJo Mata to Manuel Valeda. It's 27 Ridgeview. Still second, Scott's had another. It's George Villegas finding a hole, 10 yards and the score. But then Hall again, you can't take him down.
Can't take him down, and he says, feed me, coach, feed me.
Let's take a look at Hall's final stat line in this one as Ridgeview rolls past the Scots. Zamir Hall, have yourself a night.
It looks like he got fed.
Well, the final Friday of the regular season is always a sure bet for drama, and this year didn't disappoint. 17's Chris Burton takes you around the county.
Well, Taylor, playoff berths, bragging rights, even a couple of trophies were on the line as the regular season wrapped up across Kern. Let's take a look back at the action. We had an unofficial Battle of the Birds at BCHS. A win over the Falcons secured the Eagles' sole possession of the Valley League crown. First quarter, Eagles on the move. Jose Saldana powers it in from the 2-yard line. 7-0 BCHS, and that was the first of many. Eagles win 35-14. The Legends Trophy was on the line as better rivals North and South played their hearts out. Fourth quarter, 20 seconds left on the clock, tied at 23. Spartans outshine the Stars on sophomore quarterback Jose Encinas. Under pressure, rolls out, finds Sean Wallace, 35 yards for the touchdown and the ball game. Another crosstown thriller over at West. Tied at 13-all with under a minute to play, Vikings quarterback Jack Parks hooks up with David Leone. The clutch touchdown gives West a 6-point lead, and they hang on 20-13, your final. Wildcats and Tigers finishing off the regular season in Delano. First quarter, Taft on the move. Cyrus Gaylord goal line score. Taft caps off one of their best seasons in years. They shut out the Tigers 21-0. And Thursday in Delano, Miramonte won the battle for Highway 58. The Lions edged out Foothill 27-20. Well, it is playoff time in the Central section. We've got almost 24 Kern County teams playing bonus football. Let's take a look at this Friday's matchups. Here in D1, Liberty's got your 3 seed and a first-round bye. Garces and Centennial both headed up to Clovis. Division 2, only games in Bakersfield. BCHS hosting Edison, Frontier welcoming Lompoc. Meantime, Zamir Hall and Ridgeview will head all the way to Hanford. 5 area teams in D3. Tehachapi will host Mount Whitney. Highland headed up to Kennedy. Northern Kern sees a ton of action here. Chavez playing host to Arroyo Grande. And the Independence Falcons try to build on their magical run through the Division 5 playoffs last year, their first game in Porterville. Meantime, Division 4 for you, a couple of area matchups. South headed to Taft and North headed to Wasco. More Northern Kern action. Shafter will host Strathmore. For D5, everyone's out of town. Delano is out at Pioneer Valley. Golden Valley heads to the coast, and West takes on Dos Palos. And for Division 6, you got Arvin hosting Lindsay, Kern Valley hosting Arosai. Boron heads to Woodlake, and Miramonte takes on Mendota. No shortage of football action around the county next weekend. Taylor, back to you.
Well, still ahead here on FFX as teams prepare for postseason play. We want to take a moment to spotlight some individual performances this fall. A first look at the 3-horse race for your 2022 FFX MVP.
FFX is proud to be fitted by Finos. When it comes to quality men's suits in Bakersfield, Finos menswear and tuxedo is all you need. Huddle up. It's time for Coach's Corner with Renegade head football coach R. Todd Littlejohn.
All right, it's time for Kern County's favorite segment, Coach's Corner. Coach, today we're talking MVP candidates. I've spotlighted 3 names that both you and I really like. We're only a couple of weeks away from the crowning of the 2022 FFX MVP. Let's take a look at those 3 candidates. You got A.J. Anderson from those Tehachapi Warriors. You got Zamir Hall, and you got Malachi Statler. Coach, let's talk about Malachi Statler first. Now, he's the quarterback of the Frontier Titans. He's only a junior, and he has been sensational this year.
I like the fact that, as a junior, he's leading his team. He's making the plays conducive to being in this position. And he's really helped their offense in general to continue to get better each week. And so a tribute to him, a credit to him and his teammates for following his lead.
What about A.J. Anderson with those Tehachapi Warriors? This is a team and a program that had been struggling for years, and then this junior comes in, he revitalizes that ground and pound offense, and he's really put the team on his back.
Another junior who, you know, I know I've teased about Tehachapi's grass. Whenever you're that productive in that thick grass, that's saying a lot, and it also goes to show his humility in bringing his offensive line, you know, and giving them the credit up front, as well as the tight ends and the receivers as well, but allowing him to rush for as many yards as he has, and for them to have such a great season.
All right, the game's about winning, but we do like stat lines. And our next candidate, he puts up big ones, including this last week against Thailand. His name is Zamir Hall. He's the senior running back over at Ridgeview. What do you like about Zamir that you haven't already said today?
No doubt. Well, again, we all know that running the football, you've got to be able to run the football to be effective and to allow the efficiency of your offense. He's embodied that. He just continues to show up each week. And whenever you can put up numbers like he has, but very impressive, and he did it consistently throughout the year.
Well, Coach, it's time for the Renegade Report. Your Gades went up to Long Beach. It was a close game, actually went into overtime. Before we get to the highlights, what was your big takeaway from the loss to Long Beach?
Two big takeaways. One, we were 1 of 17 on third downs, and we weren't very good in the run game. We only averaged 1.9 yards per carry. So those two things really hurt you. And as I told the team, the one way you're good on third down is you got to be good on first and second down, and we just didn't do that when it counted, more importantly. And going overtime, and we didn't make some of the plays that we could have made, and missed opportunities in the first half. So unfortunately, Keenan got the loss.
All right, like I'm sure you've done so many times today, we're going to look at the film. You guys were going for your third consecutive win in conference play, undefeated at this point in conference play. Coach, what happened here?
Nice play by Jihad. Coming out in the second half, we made some really good adjustments. The players played very well. And here was one of them right there, took advantage of their man coverage.
That broke a 10-10 tie. Then with only a couple of seconds left in the game, that sent it to overtime. It was Will Madonna finding Ramil Brown. So we go into overtime. Your Gades get stopped there, Coach.
Yeah, those two sacks right in overtime did not help because it put us behind the sticks, and then basically they had a walk-off run for a touchdown to win the game.
All right, how did Jonathan Watson find a hole in your defense?
Well, just this guy got out of his gap, and then we didn't fill it, unfortunately.
Still a great performance by the Renegades. Long Beach, though, takes it 23-17. We'll still head on FFX dominant displays and game-winning plays. We hand out some trophies during your weekly FFX Awards.
You're watching FFX!
FFX is proud to partner with Valley Sports Media. Follow at V Sports Media for exclusive football content throughout the season. It's trophy time, the FFX Awards, brought to you by Jerry's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. The crosstown clash between South and North dates back to the late 1950s. Much has changed in the 70 years since its inception, including the trophy's name. But a win in the annual rivalry game means just as much, and that's where you're going to find our play of the week. Coach, it is time to hand out some hardware. Let's go to the final seconds of this game. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's tied at 23-all. The Spartans, they would outshine the Stars. It's sophomore quarterback Josh Anitas rolling out, Coach, and he finds Sean Wallace.
That is a nice play right there. Great concentration on this part with that defender right in front of him for the win. Great play.
Let's take this play full right now. Anitas with a dime in the hands of Mr. Wallace.
He went up with two hands, which is always, Coach, you got to attack the football, and that's something that he did. Great play by that young man.
The Legends Trophy going back to South High. That's your play of the week.
Your FFX Player of the Week is presented by Vertical Raise, the premier online fundraising platform.
Well, it's time for our FFX Player of the Week award. You've heard his name so many times today. He's Zamir Hall, back for the second time this season. Zamir, what does it mean to win the FFX Weekly Player of the Week award?
You know, it means a lot. You know, you guys allowing me to come in this show twice. You know, I really appreciate it. And, you know, yeah, thank you.
I was teasing you when you had come the first time that we felt that you'd be back just based upon your performance. But what a great job on Friday night. What were some of the things that were in your mind going into the second half of the game after being very productive in the first half?
You know, we wanted to, you know, keep on going lights out, you know, with that momentum from our special teams and our defense. You know, we wanted to go out and punch them in their mouth, you know, 0-0, and we wanted to run up that score.
You transferred from Garces back to Ridgeview to be with a lot of your friends, play out your senior year at Ridgeview. That was a program last year that wasn't very successful. You come in, you kind of help change the culture. What does it mean to be back in the D2 playoffs, to have a big road game against Hanford, and to be a leader of this team at that?
You know, it's an amazing opportunity. You know, it's an amazing opportunity to shock the world, to go out there and show them that we can compete.
When you take a look at your stat line from this past week against Highland, when you see 29 carries, 269 yards, look at that. You're basically averaging a first down and 5 touchdowns. What goes through your mind?
You know, just goals. You know, I set a lot of goals before the season, worked hard a lot off season. You know, I wanted to come this season and have a breakout year and just, you know, show them that I'm here.
We're excited to see you continue
Absolutely.
to play and see you go through this postseason with the Ridgeview Wolfpack. That's going to do it for this Sunday expanded edition of FFX. For more high school football coverage, just head to kgt.com and click on that FFX icon. Now have a great rest of your weekend, and we're going to see you back here next Friday. Why? Because it's the first round of the playoffs.